for the mantra. Take a big breath into it. Vande Gurunam,
Vande Gurunam,
Charanarvinde,
Charanarvinde,
Sandavashita,
Sandavashita,
Swatma Sukhavabodhe,
Swatma Sukhavabodhe,
Nishresya,
Nishresya,
Jangalikayamani,
Jangalikayamani,
Samsara Hala Hala,
Samsara Hala Hala,
Mohashantye,
Mohashantye,
Abahu Purushakaram,
Abahu Purushakaram,
Shankachakrase Darinam, Shankachakrase Darinam, Sahasra Shirasam Shvetam, Sahasra Shirasam Shvetam, Pranamamim Patanjalim, Pranamamim Patanjalim. Together. Whenever you feel ready, releasing your hands by your sides. We will start with a Surya Namaskar A, but we'll start with just a little warm up. So just like separate your feet hip distance apart, just start swinging your arms. Nice. And just loose. Maybe those arms swing so much that maybe a round or two. Couple of rocks in there. Whichever direction you want. Maybe back, maybe forward, maybe back and forward. Just loosen a little bit the joints. Yes. We would normally start directly with the Surya Namaskar, of course, but since it's a little bit cold, I like to warm up before I start moving. Normally in Mysore, you will see a lot of people just arriving for practice and do a lot of like warming up before the live class starts or the Mysore practice starts. So we will start at 6:05 or 10 after 6 a.m. And then people will start arriving around 5:30 just to warm up. Just to get the nice big spot in front of the teacher too. All right, hands to your knees, bend your knees a lot in here, and you just rotate towards one side, ooh, nice, towards the other one, yeah. Coming back to center, hands to your hips, maybe separate the feet a little bit wider, hips go towards one side, big circles. I always feel in gym class when I do this. Towards the other side. And whenever you feel ready, come back to center, say yes with your head. Say no with your head. Maybe moving one ear to the shoulder and the other ear, dropping it down. Ooh. And whenever you feel ready, come back to center. And let's find our first posture, Samasthiti, equal standing posture at the top of the mat. We'll start with Surya Namaskar. Inhale, reach up towards the sky. Exhale, folding forward over the legs. Lengthen the spine, inhale. Plant those hands, step back to plank. With knees or toes, lower all the way down to the floor. Let's find 3 back bends in here. Inhale to lift the chest. Exhale to lower back down. Do that again. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale to lower back down. Last one, big breath in to lift. On the exhale, tuck your toes under, hips up and back. Setting up for Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. And as we come into our down dog, we spread the fingers nice and wide. Take a nice long breath. And we empty out. One more, just like that. Breath in. Those hands on the floor. Full exhale out. On your next inhale, we raise the heels, bend the knees, walk or step to the top of the mat. Lengthen the spine, inhale. Exhale, just fold. Rooting down through the feet, reaching up towards the sky. And on the exhale, Samasthiti, arms by your sides. We do that again. Inhale, reach up towards the sky. Egg down first. Go and exhale, fold forward over the legs. Then inhale, lengthen. Body, plant those hands, step back to your plank, lower down. Find a nice back and front. That's a good one. 6. Exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. We take a moment again as we connect to the breath. You'll hear me count a lot in this practice. It's kind of the way it goes, right? Like we number the postures as we go. Take a nice big inhale. Full empty out. One more, just like that. Breath in. Full exhale. On your next inhale, raise your heels, bend your knees, walk or step to the top of the mat. Lengthen the spine, inhale. Exhale, just fold. Inhale, reaching up towards the sky. And on the exhale, releasing arms by your sides. Again, deep breath in, reach up, look up. Exhale, folding forward over the legs. Then inhale as you lengthen. Chaturanga, plant those hands, step or hop back. Chaturanga Dandasana, high to low plank with knees or toes. Find a nice back and pull through. Hips up and back. Adho Mukha Svanasana. We stay in here in this pose. So spread the fingers nice and wide. And we take 5 sounding breaths. 1. Sending the hips towards the sky. 2. Extending those arms. 3. Heels moving towards the floor. 4. And 5. On your next inhale, Saka, inhale, step or hop in between the hands as you lift the chest. After exhale, folding forward over the legs. Now inhale, reaching up towards the sky. Samasthiti. Last one, big breath in to reach up towards the sky. Do it, exhale, folding forward again. Then inhale as you lengthen. Chaturanga, plant those hands, step or hop back, high to low plank with knees. Find a nice back, and as you pull through, hips up and back, downward facing dog. And again, we connect to the breath. We focus the gaze or the drishti towards our navel. 3rd breath. Long exhale. And of course, this works as a warm-up. We start deepening the breath. Take another inhale. Full exhale. Step that inhale, step or hop in between the hands, lengthen the spine with the chest. After exhale, folding forward over the legs. Now inhale, reaching up towards the sky. And on the exhale, releasing arms by your sides. Surya Namaskar. Bend your knees, sit your hips low, Utkatasana, reach up towards the sky. Don't exhale, folding forward over the legs. Then inhale, lift the chest halfway. Chaturanga candles, hands, step or hop back, Chaturanga Dandasana, high to low. Find a nice back and pull through. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. Stop that inhale. Step your right foot in between the hands, back heel pivots down, Virabhadrasana, reaching the arms towards the sky. Take a nice long breath in here, reaching up. Full empty out. So if you can lunge forward a little bit. One more breath. On the exhale, plant those hands, step back, move through your flow, Chaturanga position. Find a nice back bend as you pull through. Hips up and back, down, up. Second side, step the left foot in between the hands, back heel pivots down, Virabhadrasana on the second side, reaching the arms towards the sky. Take a nice long breath in there. Full empty out. One more. On the exhale, plant those hands, step back, Chaturanga position, high to low back. Finding a nice back bend, inhale, hips up and back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Take a moment again as you connect to the breath. You find 5 sounding breaths in here. Another inhale. Full out breath. One more, just like that. Breath in. Full exhale. On your next inhale, raise your heels, bend your knees, walk or step to the top. Lengthen the spine, inhale. Exhale, just fold. Bend your knees, sit your hips low, reach up towards the sky. And on the exhale, releasing arms by your sides. Last one, bend your knees, sit your hips nice and low, Utkatasana. On the exhale, folding forward over the legs. Lengthen the spine, inhale. Chaturanga plant those hands, step or hop back. Chaturanga Dandasana, high to low plank. Find a nice back bend as you inhale. Hips up and back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Just for one breath each go. Step the right foot in between the hands, back heel pivots down, Virabhadrasana, reaching up towards the sky. And on the exhale, plant those hands, step back, Chaturanga position, high to low. Find a nice back bend as you pull through. Exhale, hips up and back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. On your next inhale, step the left foot in between the hands, back heel pivots down, reaching the arms towards the sky. Take a nice long breath. On the exhale, plant those hands, step back, high to low plank. Find a nice back bend. Inhale, hips up and back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. And we stay for 5. Pressing the hips towards the sky. 4, hugging the ribs in. 3, 2, and 1. Raise your heels, bend your knees, walk or step to the top of the mat. Lengthen the spine, inhale. Exhale, just fold. Utkatasana, bend your knees, steady your hips nice and low, reach up towards the sky. And on the exhale, releasing arms by your sides. All right, press close to you. Open the feet 2 distance apart, hands to your hips, rotate the shoulders back. Take a big breath. On the exhale, folding forward over the legs. Ashtanga, connecting your peace fingers with your big toes as you lift the chest halfway. On the exhale, begin to fold forward over the legs. And as we fold forward, we move the elbows towards the sides. The crown of the head is moving towards the floor. Listen good. Take a nice long inhale. Full out breath. One more, just like that. Keep breath in. Exhale out. On your next inhale, lift the chest halfway. Stay for the exhale.
Hands underneath your feet for Balahastasana. Take a nice big breath in to lift the chest back again. On the exhale, folding forward, elbows move to the sides, crown of the head moves towards the floor. Take a nice long breath. Empty out. 2. 3. 4. And 5. Releasing your hands from underneath, hands to your hips, micro release, coming all the way back to standing. Feet together, silence baby. All right. Let's lift the right foot back. Turn all 10 toes towards the side of the mat. Standing your arms by your sides, we call this close starfish. Take a big breath and in here. Open the right foot towards the back of the mat. Hinging forward, begin to reach. Lower your hand to either your shin or a block on the outside of your foot. And the other hand reaches all the way towards the sky. And we stay for 5. Then rotating the back leg or the back thigh towards me. Yes. The hip stays nice and open. You take a nice long breath, nice and active, beautiful. Full empty out. One more. Long exhale. Gaze down, micro the knee, coming all the way back to your starfish. Second side, we open the left, we reach, and we bring either the hand to the shin or the block on the outside of the other foot. We take a nice long breath in there. The chest is nice and open. Full empty apnea. Nice long inhale. Full exhale. Gaze down, micro the knee, coming all the way back to your starfish. Parivrita Trikonasana, we close the foot, we open the right, back again. The left hand is gonna reach forward this time. We're gonna move that hand on the shin or on the block on the outside of your foot. Yes. So rotating the torso all the way towards the exit door. Yes. And the back foot stays nice and active. Yeah. And the other hand can stay on your hip or can reach towards the sky eventually. You take a nice long inhale in here. Full empty out. One more. And a long exhale, gaze down, micro bend the knee, coming all the way back to your starfish. Opening the second side. Take a big breath in, and here we begin to rotate, reaching forward. Hand comes to your block or to your shin. The other hand moves towards your lower back. Maybe, just maybe, if you have a little bit more space, you begin to reach that hot hand towards the sky. Take a nice long inhale. Both legs are nice and active. Full out breath. That back leg is nice and strong. One more breath. Exhale that out. Gaze down, right knee coming all the way back to your starfish. Big step forward at the top of the mat. All right, we step to the right foot back again. All 10 toes turn back again towards the side of the mat. The stance are going to be a little bit wider this time. Extend the arms. Take a nice big inhale. We open the right foot towards the back of the mat. We begin to bend the knee. Take a nice long breath in there. On the exhale, reaching all the way either to your block. Let's reach towards our block on the outside of the foot for this one. Yes. So we can lower a little bit towards what the pose is going to look at the back. Okay. So eventually, with a lot of practice, that hand is going to touch the ground, and the other hand is going to reach over your ear. Take another inhale, maintain that back leg nice and active. Full empty out. Whenever you feel ready, gaze down, coming all the way back to center. Second side, you open the left foot back again. Bend your knee deeply, reaching forward, hand to your block on the outside of your foot. Take a nice big inhale in here as you reach the other arm over your ear. Remembering there's a nice big straight line from the tip of your finger all the way into your back heel. Close this foot a little bit. Yes. Nice big breath in there. Full empty out. Gaze down, right bend the knee, coming all the way back to your starfish. Beautiful. The twisting version of it. Hands to the center of the chest. Take a big breath in. On the exhale, we open the right foot back. We bend the knee deeply. We take a nice long breath in here. On the exhale, begin to rotate. Either your hand comes to your thigh and the other hand comes to the lower back, or the opposite, or elbow reaches on your thigh. The back heel can be off the ground to start. You take a nice long breath in here. Full empty out. If you have a little bit more space, you may lower your hand to your block. Yes. The twisting hand. Yes. Another inhale. Full out breath. Gaze down, coming all the way back to center. Let's find our second side. Again, bending your knee deeply here. Begin to twist from the waist. The torso is moving forward. Hands to the center of the chest. In fact, the heel may be off the floor to start. Take a nice long breath in there. And again, if you have a little bit more space in there, maybe you cross over and you reach towards your block or not. Take another inhale. If you did, maybe you reach that other hand over your knee. Full empty out. One more, just like that. Breath in. On the exhale, gaze down, coming all the way back to center, reaching towards the sides. Big step forward at the top of the mat. Beautiful. Stepping the right foot back again. All the toes turn, hands to your hips, rotate the shoulders back. How many variations of this pose? Yeah, it's one of the most annoying ones, right? Like it's actually one of my least favorites. Take a big breath and extend your arms by your sides. On the exhale, hands to your hips, rotate the shoulders back, big inhale. On the exhale, falling forward over the legs. Halfway, press your hands on the ground, lift the chest halfway. On the exhale, we begin to fall forward as the crown of the head moves towards the ground. And we breathe. Keeping the legs nice and active. The weight moving towards your toes. Take a nice long inhale. Full out breath. On your next inhale, lifting the chest halfway, stay for the exhale. Hands to your hips, micro bend the knees, coming all the way back to your stomach. Big step. Take a nice big inhale in here. On the exhale, catch your waist back again. Take a nice long breath. Rotate the shoulders back. On the exhale, falling forward over the center, back again. Crown of the head moving towards the ground. Take another inhale in here. Full empty out. One more, just like that. Breath in. Full exhale. Hands, keep the hands on your hips. Micro bend the knees, coming all the way back up. Extend your hands one more time. Take a nice big inhale. On the exhale, catch your hands behind you. Take a nice long breath as you rotate the shoulders back. On the exhale, begin to fall forward again. And as you fall forward, can you keep your hands away from your lower back? Maybe softening the shoulders by turning your palms to face the sky. Take a nice long inhale. Full out breath. One more. long exhale. Pressing the feet on the ground, begin to rise all the way back up. Extending your arms by your sides, take a big breath in. On the exhale, catch your hips. Rotate the shoulders back, take another in. On the exhale, folding forward for the last time. Connect these fingers to your big toes this time, take a nice one in. On the exhale, folding forward, elbows move to the sides, crown of the head moves towards the ground. And we count again for 5. Extending the spine. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Lift the chest. Take a nice big breath in. Stay for the exhale. Hands to your hips, micro and the knees. Come all the way back to your starfish face. Step forward, feet together at the top of the mat. Beautiful. All right, we're going to keep the hands on our hips for this one. Parsvottanasana. Take a nice long inhale as you rotate the shoulders back. Step the right foot back and return all the toes towards the back of the mat. Take a nice long inhale in here, trying to keep the heads parallel to each other. On the exhale, begin to fold forward over that front leg. Keeping that front leg nice and long and your torso nice and long as well as your hips. Lower this one. Yes. Before you move forward, lower it. Okay, and then keep moving. Take a nice long breath in there. Keep on hugging your shoulders together. Yeah. Full empty out. Same thing. Over this one. Yes. Hugging. Yeah. Another breath. Empty up. Pressing the foot on the mat, begin to rise all the way back up. Second side, we all close and open into the second side, rotating the shoulders back. We take a nice big inhale. On the exhale, we fold forward over those legs, over that front leg. Take a nice long breath, leading with the crown. And again, keeping those hips nice and square. Trying to protect those knees from hyperextension. If you are hyperextended, maybe bend your front knee a little bit. Take another inhale. Full out breath. Pressing into that front foot, begin to rise all the way back to center. Extend your arms. Big step forward at the top of the mat. Okay. That's foundational aspects, right? That we go through that sequence over and over again, depending, regardless of which of the series we're at. Like if we are in 6 series and we know all the poses and we can take the foot behind the head while we're flying and all that stuff, foundational asanas are the beginning of your practice. You cannot save yourself from that. So yeah, because it helps warm up the body, of course, and it helps strengthen the legs, and a bunch of stuff is happening as well. All right, so we get the hands on our hips and rotate the shoulders back. We grow nice and tall, and here we encounter the first posture of the primary series. We begin to lean towards the left-hand side as we pick up the right leg. And as we pick up the right leg, maybe we decide in here, if we hold on to the knee, if we have a little bit more space, maybe we begin to hold on to the big toe. And maybe, just maybe, begin to extend that front leg. And we take a nice long breath in there. And we empty out. Another inhale. On the exhale, we begin to open the knee towards the side. Take a nice long breath in here. If the balance is good in here, maybe we shift the gaze towards the opposite side. Option to use the wall. There's always the option to use the wall. Another breath. Empty out. As you feel ready, start coming back to center. Take a big breath in, holding on to your hips. On the exhale, begin to stand up front leg, point your toes. Take a nice big inhale, keep it up. Full out breath. One more, just like that, deep breath in. Full exhale out. Go ahead, be ready. One more breath. Beautiful. And on the exhale, releasing all the way back down. Okay. So this was a very cool adjustment. There is a very cool adjustment in or not so cool, but like a typical adjustment in Mysore. And the teacher will come to you and then hold you and hold your leg and then open it and then come back to center and hold the leg for you. And then like you will put it like nice and light, right? And then Saraswati, my teacher, she's so small and so old. I love her. And she would come. And then when two people are in the same posture, she gets super excited because they put them together. She puts them together and then like holds both legs and then carries them to the side and then goes back and then like holds both legs at the same time. She looks like a little kid that shouldn't be doing that, but she's doing it because she's the boss. So yeah, pretty neat. Hands to your hips. Begin to lean all the way towards your right foot. Begin to lift the left leg this time. Take a nice long breath in here with the side in here. If we hold the knee. Take a nice long inhale. Full out breath. The other leg is nice and long, one more breath. On the exhale, begin to open the knee towards the side. Nice big breath in here. The chest is nice and open. Maybe the gaze follows the opposite side. Take another breath. Exhaling that out. Whenever you feel ready, start coming back to center. Hands to your hip. Begin to extend that front leg. Begin to point your toes. Take a nice big inhale. Keep it up. See if you can lift it a little bit higher. Take a nice long breath. You can. Full exhale out. One more. On the exhale, releasing all the way back down. Okay. We're going to skip the next one. We take a nice big breath and reach the arms towards the sky. On the exhale, we fall forward, always. Lengthen the spine, inhale. Plant those hands, step back to your plank. With knees or toes, lower down. Find a nice back bend, inhale. Exhale, hips up and back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Utkatasana, step or hop in between the hands. Bend your knees, sit your hips low, reach the arms towards the sky. And we stay for 5. The way towards your heels. 4, chest is nice and open. 3, hugging the wrist in. Tucking the tailbone slightly, 2. And 1. Dropping your hands on the floor, keep the knees bent. Take a big breath in here. On the exhale, step or hop back. Move through your flow. Find the nice back bend as you inhale. On the exhale, hips up and back. Virabhadrasana. Step your right foot in between the hands. The back heel pivots down. Reaching the arms towards the sky. Take a nice long breath in here. Strong warrior. Full empty out. We stay again for 5. Legs are nice and strong. The back thighs rotating towards the back of the room. Take another inhale. Full exhale. Keeping the arms where they are, maybe the gaze where it is. You don't get dizzy, of course. Begin to straighten up that front leg. Turn the toes all the way to set up for Virabhadrasana 8 on the second side. Face the back of the room. We begin to bend the knee a lot. Take a nice long inhale. The back leg is nice and long. Full empty out. Yes. One more, just like that. Deep breath in. Full exhale. Try to keep the legs where they are. We just open the torso towards the side, opening into Virabhadrasana B, warrior 2 position. Extending your arms, take a nice long inhale, relaxing the shoulders. Full exhale out. One more. On the exhale, begin to straight up that front leg, turn your toes, opening up with a bit of Virabhadrasana on your second side, keeping the arms nice and relaxed. Lunging forward, we take a nice long breath and we're relaxing the gaze. Full exhale out. One more. On the exhale, we windmill those hands, we step back to our plank. With knees or toes, we'll lower down. Finding a nice back bend. Hips up and back. On your next inhale, walk or step to your seat. Beautiful. And as we come into our seat, take a moment. Oh, okay, for all the standing postures. Yeah, we place those blocks on the sides of the hips. Yes. We're gonna need them in a moment. The reason knows where we're going. So yeah, I always like to mention, like, when you're starting Ashtanga and you get to the sitting postures, you're like relaxing. And this is exactly where the worst part of the practice begins. So yeah, fun times. So keeping your hands on your sides, not leaving the shoulders back, just try to keep the torso nice and long, like pulling the torso up while the wrists are hugging in. The belly button is coming in as well. Take a nice long breath in there. Full exhale. These poses go down Dandasana, and we stay for 5, 4. Kind of like feels nothing is really happening here, but there's a lot happening as well. 3, 2, and 1. Whenever you feel ready, begin to walk those hands towards your feet. If you need to bend your knees and catch your big toes with your kiss fingers. Take a nice long breath in here, lift the chest. On the exhale, begin to fold forward all over those legs. And the crown of the head moves forward. And as I always say, it's easier to keep those heels out when the hamstrings are starting to feel a little bit more flexible than it is to try to straight up around that. Another in breath. Full out breath. Whenever you feel ready, releasing your toes, holding on to the outsides of your feet this time. Take a nice long breath, lift the chest. On the exhale, folding forward back again into those legs. And the gaze stays on the toes. Take a nice long inhale. Full out breath. One more, just like that. Deep breath in. Empty that out. Inhale to lift the chest. Stay for the exhale. Releasing your hands, releasing your legs, cross your ankles, press your hands on your blocks, lifting the hips, stepping back into your down dog. So we're not gonna focus a lot on vinyasa today. We're gonna leave that for maybe next class or the third class. But take a big breath and to lift the hip, the heels bending, walk or step to your seat. All right. So normally, and just as a brief introduction to that, when we focus on the vinyasa, we're gonna work a lot on bending the knees, keeping the knees nice and close to the chest. I think we did this in Yoga. And the hands press on the floor, and we lift the hips and we step back, right? Or lift the hips and we keep the feet on the ground and we begin to walk back. And we keep the hands as a foundation and we walk forward. We'll do a lot of that in another class. So, okay, we start again in our Dandasana position. It's kind of like our Samasthiti of the seated positions. And we explore the second posture of the seated positions. We bring the hands behind us in Uttanasana. It's more or less 1 foot apart. Hands press on the floor and the fingers point towards the glutes. You can keep your legs nice and straight, or you can bend your knees and press your feet on the ground. If you choose, whatever position you choose in here, I want you to imagine you're kicking something forward, either with your toes or with your knees, as you begin to straight up that front side of your body. All right? So pick whatever option is available, pressing your hands on the mat, lifting, extending your legs and extending your torso. Take a nice long breath. Yes. Full empty out. One more. On the exhale, hips come back down to the floor. We're gonna cross the ankles in here. We're gonna place the hands on the mat in front of us, and we're gonna step back. Moving through our flow or finding our way to our down dog. And on your next inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, walk or step to your seat. Yes. Ardha Padma Paschimottanasana. We're going to take the right leg and we're going to bring the right knee towards the chest. And here, we're going to place the ankle on top of the thigh. Yes. If we have, yes, we have a block and the knee is kind of like curly off the ground. Support the knee in here with a block or two. If we have in our practice that half lotus, if we can drag the heel a little bit closer to the hip joint, that's amazing, that's great, as long as there is no real sensation on those. Okay, the other leg stays nice and active. If that knee is floating along, again, support the knee with a block. The right arm is going to reach around all the way. Take a nice long inhale, lift the chest. On the exhale, begin to fall forward over the front leg. The other arm is going to reach towards the front foot. If it grabs the front foot, great. If it grabs the shin or the knee or whichever part of your leg, that's also great. Take a nice long inhale. Torso stays nice and long. Full empty out. One more. Long exhale. On your next inhale, lifting the chest. Stay for the exhale. Releasing your foot, releasing your leg, shaking that out. Only cross your ankles, pressing the hands on the mat or on your blocks, lifting the hips, and coming all the way back. We move into the second side. We bring the left knee into the chest this time, place that foot on top of the thigh. And again, if we have that half lotus in our practice, maybe we drag the ankle a little bit closer to the hip joint. We support the knee with the block. We reach the arm around. We take a nice long breath in here, keeping the chest nice and open. And on the exhale, we fall forward over that front leg. Both feet stay nice and active. We'll take a nice long breath in there. And a full empty out. One more, just like that, and press in. Full exhale. One more breath. Exhale out. Whenever you feel ready, begin to lift, releasing your leg, releasing your arm from around. Cross your ankles, hands in front of you, step back. Find your way into your flow or into your down. Whenever you feel ready, lift the heels, bend the knees, walk and step to the top of the mat. Lengthen the spine, inhale. Exhale, just fall. Root down through the feet, going all the way up, reach up. On the exhale, releasing arms by your sides. All right, so in the sequence, after that first balance comes the second, which is Ardha Baddha Padma Padma, which is the exact same posture we just did, but balancing. Okay, so historically, I believe these two postures were placed at the beginning of the practice at some point. They were not there, and then at some point somebody said, hey, we should have those two balances before everybody starts. And to me, makes sense sometimes, it doesn't make sense some other times, because you find these two postures into the primary series in an easy axis. And then you put it in a very unbalanced way at the beginning of practice. So it's kind of like weird. But anyway, I like to teach it this way though. First we do the easy version of the pose, or the supported version of the pose, and then we try the unsupported version of the pose. Okay, so we keep the hands on our hips here. Take a big breath in there. And of course, as every balance I teach, we begin to lean towards the left hand side. We pick up the right leg. We're going to place the ankle on top of the thigh here. If you need to micro-bend your knee here, just keep it nice and comfortable on your thigh, you can. If you practice that half lotus, maybe that heel comes a little bit closer to your hip bone, and you begin maybe to drop your knee towards the ground. You can stay in here. This is great. There's a lot happening in here. Maybe you take that right arm around your waist and stay. Or you take another inhale in here. And on the exhale, we begin to lean forward all the way to catch either the floor or a block. And we take a nice long breath. Empty that out. One more, just like that. Breath in. Full exhale. Pressing the foot on the ground if you're folding, coming all the way back up with control. Try to balance at the top so hard. And on the exhale, releasing the foot to the side. Yeah, I know. Yeah. And we go into the second side, of course, because there's no other way. So leaning towards your left hand side, bringing your foot or your ankle on top of your thigh. And again, if you practice that half lotus, maybe bringing your heel a little bit closer to your hip crease. Let's take a nice big inhale in there. And of course, maybe that arm moves around your waist, keeping your chest nice and open. Take a nice long breath in there. And on the exhale, maybe you stay in there, just working in the balance. Maybe you begin to fall forward over your leg, either catching the floor or catching the block. Nice long inhale. Full out breath. On your next inhale, lifting the chest. Stay for the exhale. Begin to release, coming all the way back. And release. Yeah. Shake it out. Take a nice big inhale to reach the arms towards the sky. And on the exhale, fold forward a little. Lengthen the spine, take an inhale. Plant those hands, step back to your left. With knees or toes, lower down. Find a nice back bend. Inhale, exhale, hips up and back. Out of the hands. Step or hop to your seat. As we hop to our seat, we're going to take a look at part of closing sequence. We're going to modify closing sequence for today. So we're going to take the block and we're going to lay down on our backs. So as we lay down on our backs, we're gonna press the feet on the floor. We're gonna move into Setu Bandhasana, or the modified version of Setu Bandhasana. I like it with the block because it kind of like mimics a lot what is happening in at least Ashtanga Setu Bandhasana. So pressing your feet on the floor, begin to lift your hips towards the sky and move your block underneath your pelvis. So whichever setting of your block you like, you place the block underneath your pelvis. And of course, we can stay here with the feet on the mat and the knees bent, or maybe we begin to extend those legs forward with only the heels on the floor. And as the heels walk towards each other, we begin to extend the legs and we move those toes towards the sides, like chaplain feet. Only if this feels comfortable, especially on the lower back, we keep those legs like this. If it feels pinching in the lower back or it feels uncomfortable, just come back to the previous side. If this feels good, maybe hands go all the way to hold on to opposite shoulders. So it's kind of like, how do you say, Count Dracula with chaplain feet? It's kind of like here. So crossing your arms over your chest. Yes, yes. Like a vampire. I'm going to take a couple of breaths in here. Take a nice long breath. Empty that out. Whenever you feel ready, begin to bend your knees. Releasing your arms, pressing your feet on the ground, lifting your hips. Removing your block from underneath. Hugging your knees into the chest. Give yourself a little squeeze. We're gonna move into a second closing asana, which is an inversion. So we have the option either to move into shoulder stand, either the wall, or simple legs up the wall, or simple legs up with our block underneath. So that's also an option. Not gonna go too much into shoulder stand today. So whichever version of an inversion you like, we're gonna move into that. Okay, so whatever version you prefer. Keep on breathing. Right here. Bring your legs towards me. Towards me. I'm right here. Pinching your toes. It's so nice and active, supporting your lower back with your hands. And our inhale. Yeah, so if you got it right there, moving to Halasana. It's which is about what you were doing. One foot, yes, forward. So that's Halasana. Maybe you move it to Karma Vidasana, which is bending your knees towards your ears. Yeah, exactly. And Karma Vidasana means ear pressure pose. So you press your ears with your knees. Take another breath. Whenever you feel ready, hug your knees into your chest. Hold on to your back. Gonna move. And begin to release all the way down to the ground with control. Yeah. Taking a moment here as we connect to the breath. Just moving into Matsyasana or fish pose. The forearms are on the ground. The chest lifts, so the torso lifts, the chest puffs in here, the legs are extended. And we move the head as if the crown of the head was trying to reach behind you. So the throat opens. Yes. Nice long inhale. Full out. One more. On the exhale, releasing shoulders back down to the ground. We're gonna roll into any side of your choice, and we're gonna find a way into our seat. And as we come into our seat, either cross-legged or half-loaded, whichever position in your position that is accessible in here. I'm gonna reach the arms around. We're gonna try to hold on to either opposite forearms or opposite elbows. And as we reach back in here, rotate the shoulders back, we take a big breath in. And on the exhale, we begin to fall forward over the legs. And place a block or two, or even a chair to reach all the way down. So the forehead is coming into something solid. And we breathe for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale as you lift. Releasing your hands. We're gonna place the hands behind us, more or less 1 foot behind us, rotating the shoulders back, opening the chest. You take a nice long breath in there, maybe you look up. Empty out for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, And releasing back to center. We'll make a move with our hands, index and thumb come to touch, the other fingers remain extended, rotating the shoulders back. Focus the gaze either on the tip of your nose or in front of you. We stay again for 8 sounding breaths. 7. Just observing the breath as it comes in and out, keeping the spine nice and long. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Take your right hand, Vishnu Mudra, index and thumb come to touch, the other fingers remain extended. Index and middle finger come to the base of the thumb, the other fingers remain extended. We're going to practice alternated nostril pranayama. We cover the right nostril and we inhale for the left. Plug both. Exhale left. Inhale for the left. Plug both. Exhale left. Inhale for the left. Plug both. Exhale left. Inhale for the left. Plug. Exhale left. Inhale for the left. Hold. Exhale left. Change. Inhale for the right. Plug both. Exhale right. Inhale for right. Plug both. Exhale for right. Inhale for right. Plug both. Exhale right. Inhale for right. Plug both. Exhale for right. Inhale right. Plug. Exhale right. Inhale to the right this time. Plug. Exhale to the left. Inhale to the left. Plug. Exhale to the right. Inhale to the right. Plug. Exhale to the left. Inhale to the left. Plug. Exhale to the right. Releasing your nose. Just breathing in and out to both nostrils. Notice the breath, notice its temperature. Whenever you feel ready, release your mudra. Your legs. Take your time and find your way into your standing position at the top of the mat. Hands come to the center of the chest. Take a big breath in. We empty out. Inhale, two. Swasti Prajapyah. Swasti Prajapyah. Paripalayantyam. Paripalayantyam. Nyayena margena. Nyayena margena. Mahim maheshaham. Mahim maheshaham. Go Brahmanebhyah. Go Brahmanebhyah. Shubhamastu nityam. Shubhamastu nityam. Loka samasta. Loka samasta. Sukhino bhavantu. Sukhino bhavantu. Together. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Releasing your hands. Ekam, inhale, reach the arms towards the sky. Do it, exhale, fold forward over the legs. Then inhale, lengthen. Top body, plant those hands, step back to your plank. With knees or toes, lower down. Find a nice back bend as you inhale. Hips up and back, Adho Vajranasana. And your next inhale, find your way to your back and way to rest with the crown of the head towards the altar. So the feet towards the back of the leg. Yeah. Take a couple of breaths in here. Just allow the body to relax. Allow the arms and the legs to mount on the floor. Shuklam Bharadaram Vishnu Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasanavadanam Dhyaye Sarvabhignopashantaye Saraswati Namastubhyam Bharate Kamarupini Ivyarambam Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sabam Adideva Namastubhyam Kasika Mamavaskara Divakara Namastubhyam Prabhakara Namostute Akandamandalakaram Yaptam Yena Chanacharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Gurur Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsachanuramartanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagatgurum Ajnanatimidandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurum Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Om Shanti 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 Om. Allow a deep inhale to come into your lungs. Empty that out. So that again, inhale. Long exhale. Whenever you feel ready, begin to invite some movement in your feet or your hands. Maybe to your head, move side to side. Whenever you feel ready, take your time to get back into your seat. There's no rush at all. Take your time. Put the hands at the center of the chest, and enter the mudra. Take a moment here to connect to your intention, your sankalpa. And rub your palms together. As we cover your eyes. Rub your palms one more time. To cover that part of the body that needs it the most right now. Thank you so much for your presence and your energy. And I hope I see you next time. A beautiful rest of your evening. Thank you so much. If there's any questions.